The universe has many horrors yet to throw at us. This is not the end of our struggle. This is just the beginning of our crusade to save humanity. Be faithful, be strong, be vigilant. Hello and welcome to a brand new series in Stellaris. And as you may have guessed from the little intro that I had there, we will be doing a little bit of a roleplay game. We're going to be role-playing as the Imperium of Man from Warhammer 40,000, which I absolutely adore and will have no bad words said against because I love it. So yes, we are going to start a new game. So, I have already made the race, the empire that I'm going to be using, and we're of course human. We will be industrious, sedentary, repugnant, and thrifty. We have an elective monarchy and dictatorial, and you may be wondering, wait, the Imperium of Man is led by an emperor. Why are we dictatorial? Well, we'll go into that, but we have mining guilds, philosopher king, xenophobe, naturally, militarist, naturally, and spiritualist, naturally. That is pretty much the Imperium's MO. So, as the people who know Warhammer will know, it's set in the 41st millennium. So, like, 38,000 years ahead of when we are right now. And I needed to come up with a bit of backstory as to why the Imperium of Man is living in the year 2200 when Stellaris starts. And this is what I came up with. So, while traveling through the warp, a small fleet transporting some high-level bureaucrats was set upon by the forces of chaos. Battles within the warp are incredibly dangerous affairs, so the frigate Emperor's Toil made an emergency disengagement and returned to real space. After returning to real space, they realized that they were in Segmentum Solar, the system that housed Holy Terra itself. But it was different. The oceans had not boiled away, and the planet was teeming with life. Navigators studied their star charts and reckoned the warp shenanigans had sent them roughly 38,000 years into the past. The frigate was well armed, with a strong garrison of troops, and it took barely 20 years to unite Terra via conquest, and begin the process of preparing the world and the galaxy for the Emperor's divine appearance. The Emperor protects. So, yes, that is my backstory. That is why the Imperium, as we know it, exists in Stellaris, and me being someone who really appreciates good lore, I couldn't get around the I'm going to roleplay as the Imperium in 2200. I needed to come up with something, so that's what I came up with. And yes, this is who we are going to select. As you can see, these ship types are a little bit different. That's because we're using the Gothic ship set from one of the many mods that I am going to be using. And you can find a list to the mods that I'm using in the description below. But I think before we start, it's probably prudent that I go through these. And, like, considering this is the first episode, it's going to be a longer one, and especially as we've not really started the game yet. So let me just switch my screen so you may see what I see. Apocalypse YouTube mod list. This is what I will be using. We are using 37 mods. And yeah, it's going to be fun. So, downscaled ships, Imperial Navy, Armageddon bombardment for fanatic militarist and xenophobes, astronomical emblem pack so I can have the Imperial Aquila, automated trade, downscaled ships, hyperlane transparency light, machine world tile fix, real space battles, real space stellar expedition, real space 3.0, lots of real space going on here. Thinner borders, tiny army view, tiny building constructions, tiny leaders, tiny outliner, tiny planet overview, tiny planets in outliner, tiny ship components, tiny ship construction, tiny ship designs, tiny spaceport modules. We are the Imperial Navy, which is the one I believe that gives me the ship sets. Yes, it is. Lovely. 40k Twilight of the Imperium name list, so we'll get some really nice 40k fluffy names. Automated trade cargo ship set, reduced system penalty, that changes it from 2% to 0.5% unity cost increase per system, as I felt that 2% is a little bit much. Some people may find that cheaty. I don't care, this is my game. Enhanced Galaxy Dark Core 2.0, e.g. larger galaxy sizes, e.g. star multicolored galaxy textures, 25 tile homeworlds, alternative tile sets, awakening, so I'm going to be having some Necrons appear, which is going to be pretty funny. Dynamic difficulty, ultimate customization beta, dynamic political events, engine seer advisor, so I'll get some nice voices. Hail the machine, which is another Necron thing. Hyperlane generation, I'll be able to create hyperlanes and just more star names, because who doesn't want more star names? So anyway, let's get back to the game, and we are going to start. Galaxy size, we're going on 2,000 stars, because why not? Why not have larger systems when we can have them? AI empires, randomized between 20 and 40. Advanced AI stats are off, because that's bullshit. Fallen empires, between 2 and 5. Marauders, between 1 and 3. Tech is normal. Habitable worlds is slightly increased. This is more, in my personal opinion, more of a boost to the AI than to yourself. Primitive civilizations times 5, because of course crisis strength is times 3, mid-game start and end-game start is the same. Difficulty scales throughout the game, so as far as I understand that, scaling means that the AI will become more aggressive towards you towards the end of the game, is what I have understood it as. AI aggressiveness will be at high, empire placement is random because clusters sucks bollocks. Advanced neighbors are off, hyperlane density 0.75, which is, in my opinion, the sweet spot. Abandoned gateways and wormholes are 1 times, and Iron Man mode is off, because of course it is. And yeah, let's get into this. I'm really happy to be playing Stellaris again. Of course, I tried to do it with Christo and Chu, but our schedules were just too different, and we couldn't work it out. But yeah, with my newfound love of 40k, I've started building and painting miniatures again, which is I'm really into 40k right now. So I thought, to get back into Stellaris, having a nice fluffy 40k game was just too good an opportunity to pass up. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So, the Imperium of Man. Begin. So, we start off with Terra, and we are in Segmentum Solar, which is the 40k name for the star at the center of our system, which is apparently a class F star, which is not usually the case, because that's just not the case. Apparently all the names of the planets has changed as well. Artima Majoris, that's different. I could have sworn I set myself to start on Sol. Huh. Well, never mind. So, this is the galaxy that we are starting in, and as you can see, the core is even filled, which is quite nice. Are there any good choke points around us? So I'm thinking that is definitely a lovely choke point I would love to own. L is actually really good. We could go up to here. Anything that we take over here is choke pointed up to... Whoa, we could go up to here, really, with choke points, which is quite nice. And funnily enough, we start in the region of space that in the 40k universe, this is roughly where the Eye of Terror is. Although I guess the Eye of Terror is now all the way across the galaxy. Whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. So, our fleet is definitely not going to be called this. Our fleet is going to be called Battle Fleet Solar, because of course it is. Need to check our research. Ooh, research speed immediately. I will take that. I will also take a pop growth speed, and I will be taking ceramo metal armor. To that point, I am going to be changing my ship design. We are going to be having missile boats, and we want a mass driver and a nuclear missile, and we're going to have 3 sets of armor. All this is normal. Ve Victus sure is fine enough name. And right, science ship. Right, listen for the tech priest when I click something. Really? I didn't hear anything. Why can't I not hear anything? Why is my... Some of these mods haven't been updated to the main branch, so I guess that's not something we'll be listening to in the not too distant future. Hopefully it gets updated soon enough. Anyway, let's have you do some surveys, and the best way to do that is clicking that one, holding shift, and then doing that. And I guess I want you to just go up to this wormhole, maybe? Just go there for now, that's fine. You need upgrading to the latest design. The construction ship can do this mining station, and we want to put it on a faster speed and unpause. So with real space, the system sizes are much larger, which does change gameplay quite significantly, with it taking a longer time in general in 2.0 to travel across systems and go to new systems. Increasing the size of the systems is quite a big change, but that's fine by me. I'm okay with that. I want to zoom in and have a look at the models for it. It looks beautiful. Look at that. Oh, they've even got the Mechanicus symbol on there. That's beautiful. As well, we've got a lovely little spaceport thing going on here. Oh, it's gorgeous. I'm really excited. So let's unpause again. Sorry about that. Right, so you, sir, we want to check the fleet manager, and you're going to go up to 10 corvettes, although we're not going to build any new ones just yet. Construction ship has finished his task. Ooh, that looks like a nice system. I'm just going to have you move there for now, because we would like to build something there. Build the spaceport. We start with a size 25 planet, which is glorious. That's what all starting planets should be for every empire. And I'm going to build myself a temple to the Emperor, because he requires praise. 40% is a little high for now for me, I think. Alright, we have enough here that I will be buying myself another science ship. And you, sir, don't have the minerals to build a port there just yet, but not too long and we'll be able to do that. Spaceport in Terra has finished its thing, so you can get a new scientist. We shall get... I'm thinking Meticulous is pretty good here, so we shall recruit you. Pedro Gallius. And Pedro Gallius can do that one, and that's definitely too high. And that one, and fuck it, that one too. Right, we have building, you go there, that's fine. We have discovered alien life in the galaxy. Well, we already knew there was alien life because our main guys come from the 41st millennium, but they're long dead. And we've got a size 14 only continental world. That's not good. Planetary Animalia. Interesting indeed. So our ruler traits, food plus 10% and unrest minus 15%. Civics are same. Develop industry plus 10% minerals. I'm not too unhappy with that. First, stumbling steps into the void beyond Terra were not motivated solely by curiosity, or a desire to conquer the unknown, or a need to leave our mark on the galaxy. This biosphere of Terra has undergone rapid changes in the past few centuries, and prominent scientists warn that Terra may be faced with the beginnings of a mass extinction event, that cyclical purging of life that is inseparable from planetary existence in the greater cosmos. Okay, mass extinction through the ages. Again, 40%, that is too high, and we have found a size 18 continental world. And you actually can hear the Mechanicum in the background, which I think is super cool. Right, you, sir, are going to build me some outposts. That looks like a really nice system. Look at that, shield nullification plus 100%. Habitable world survey, we'll of course be doing that. I think I actually want to turn up some volumes. So if I go into settings, sound, turn up the master volume just a little bit, and the advisor wants to go up a little bit. And I think that's good. Because why have a special advisor if you don't listen to him? Right, you're done there. An easy matter for one of my skill, of course. So I would like you to build a couple of research stations right now for me. And we need to find a system with a bunch of minerals because, yeah, that's what you want in the early game, is a lot of minerals, and we're just not finding any decent systems for that. It'd be nice if when you hovered over, if you had your science ship selected and you hovered over these on the map, they would tell you the % chance for failure, just like when you do it here. Like, if it showed you this, that would be great. Encounter in Aruna. Burned planet. And we have found some enigmatic spacefarers. Oh, hello there. That's very interesting. Can you do that? No, you need skill 2. You are skill 2, so maybe you do that after you're finished. You may even be able to do this for me. 20%? 20% it seems okay. Right, our first tradition. I generally like going down the discovery tree first. Especially with anomaly fail risk as the opener. Quite nice. And the discovery chance. The earlier you get that, the better. So now you should have only a 10% chance of failure, which is well within my acceptable limits. It definitely was an easy matter for you. Yes, I agree. Right, I believe you should be going... where do I want to colonize next? Or not colonize, but claim, I guess. Let's go for Delaume. Build me an outpost right there, buddy. Oh wow, we found a natural wormhole already? That's glorious. Yes, this is definitely going to be within our space. That is super good to have so soon. Generally, I want to get my borders to this point here as soon as possible, because that is a fantastic choke point. Hell, if I can push it to here, even. I could go right down to here, and that's a choke point for every possible direction. Like, all this would be locked off mine. We've found communications with the starfish people. Well, I'm afraid you're just filthy Xeno. Filthy Xeno do not deserve to live. We don't want to do anything with you right now. I mean, I guess I'll roleplay for the most part, but if there's something like, you know, those enclaves and shit, those are too good to pass up generally. So I will be using them at some point. That's 10%. Ooh, the Exile. The readings originate from a small research planet outpost, which the Imperium of Man has no records of establishing or indeed authorizing on the surface of Rada. It is staffed by one human scientist, a fairly talented and industrious one if their research on Rada is anything to go by. There is a problem with regards to their identity, however, as we've been unable to match them against official state records, and they refuse to identify themselves, save for stating that they are an exile. They've expressed an interest in returning to Terra and serving the Imperium of Man directly, on the condition that the Deus Mechanica immediately depart Rada and no human ships ever return there. Lots of physics, or I get a leader. Physics? Naturally. Cold and empty. There is nothing unusual about the research outpost itself. It is little but a temporary shelter erected against the savage elements, allowing surface level planetary study for a limited time before it wears down and conditions become untenable. The outpost on Rada is nearing the end of its lifespan, but the planet's intense chill has yet to critically degrade the impermanent structure. The equipment, functional, cheap, intended to be abandoned, is well used, and the local databanks are filled with the simple experiments that were carried out in its harsh environment. Curiously, no closer examination seems to have been made of the mineral outcropping on the surface. Mineral outcropping on the outpost foundations rest on. Scans by the Deus Mechanica Machina. I'm going to change that to Mechanica. Indicate that the geological formation, a mountain mostly buried under ice, may be partially hollow. More alarmingly, science officer Pedro Gallius reports that the sole inhabitant of the outpost, a mysterious exile, has gone missing and is nowhere to be found. Right. Are you the Deus Mechanica? Must be you. Yes. Can I? Yeah, there we go. Deus Mechanica. Deus Mechanica. Because I'm going to get that wrong a lot if I don't change it. Right, this is 30%, yeah, so go do that rank 2 anomaly. for me first. Research speed, nice. Okay, so I'm thinking the power plant seems quite nice. Always, stuff that you can upgrade is always nice. Right, and that will be done. I'm liking this a lot. Parity risk is still at 0%. We'll have to make sure that when the pop-up for, oh, by the way, you've got some pirates, pops up, we actually read it, because it tells you what system they're in. If you get rid of it, then if you don't have vision on that system, it could be any of the bordering systems, and that would suck. Right, you finished doing that. Ooh, that's a nice system up there. I guess we can go do it here now, I guess. That would be just fine. Right, the shipyard in Segmentum Solar. I'm thinking a trading hub would be quite nice. We are running a little bit low on minerals for my liking. You're going up there, are you? I would much rather you were in a mining outpost. That would be quite nice, thank you. Also, we've got these trading fleets. If I can find him, where is he? Okay, here he is. So the trading ships look like this. They've got a bunch of shipping containers, and basically what they do is they move between planets, or I guess planets and these things, and every time they do that you get a tiny boost to your research or your minerals or your energy or your food. I'm not sure which. But yeah, you get a little bit of a boost there, and because every AI empire also gets it, it's just a little bit of flavor. It's some trading shit rolling around. That's fine, right? The structure on Ara 2 are not as old as we first believed. It seemed to be a playground or an amusement park of some kind. Science Officer Galina Hakon notes that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from, and that to the builder's alien eyes, this might have been a cutting-edge sensor array or even a gigantic art installation. Regardless, to us humans, it mostly looks like a place where you would take your young child and let them amuse themselves. Get some society and engineering research. That's quite nice. We're pretty close to the pop growth speed. That's going to be very nice to see. Right, you seem to have finished your thing. Deus Mechanica, right. Prime 1A has some more engineering, which is nice. And you, sir, want to go and get this, which is only 10% failure rate. Quite happy with that. And I think once you've done that, you are going to... Maybe if I just get you to go on a circuit around here. Nope. Oh, I can only do that many. That's fine. Right, new one here. Research alternatives or survey speed. I'm thinking survey speed will be quite beneficial for us. And pop growth speed is done. So now, oh god, all three of these are really useful. Monthly Unity is great. Hollow Temple is great. It gives me more Unity as well. Gene Clinic, pop growth speed, also great. I'm going to go for Planetary Unification. I think that is the most pressing possible thing that we could do right now. Bunch of scientists have gained a level. Prime has been researched. I think that's already selected. So if I click there, yes, lovely. And Drolevum has been colonized. Sorry, system claim, whatever. Something. It's been something. And also our physics is finished, so I'm thinking basic combat roles will be quite nice. You're doing what? You're doing the investigation. We've got a 30%. That's a little bit too much for me. I'm going to leave that one be for now. We found a gigantic skeleton. What was previously thought to be an assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Delaum have been identified as the massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien life form. The bones have been dated as 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out that Delaum could have supported alien life on that scale at any point in the moon's history. Science Officer Galina Hakon has prepared a special research project to delve further into this mystery. I did not realize that I was unpaused. Right, fascinating. And yes, you may research that. And we have investigate giant skeleton. I need to go to it, and I've got a science chip right next to it. You need to be level 3. Alright, never mind then. You can go and research this for me then. A construction ship. I would like to build a star base here. I want to get to that Hecate system. Those 4 minerals would be quite nice. And so you just want a lot of minerals in the early game. That's your most important possible thing to get. And both of these can be upgraded, get a few more energy credits. Atmospheric ecosystem. We have discovered a thriving ecosystem in the upper atmosphere of the gas giant Parashurama 3. Massive floating creatures having evolved bodies filled with lighter-than-air gases follow the wind currents and feed off the energy released by the gas giant's frequent lightning storms. These beings in turn support colonies of other smaller animals that prey on the atmospheric plankton and each other. Indeed, that is fascinating. Right. Where is the science ship? Here he is. Oh, you're analyzing burned. The unfortunate fate of the planet can be laid out squarely at the feet of the cosmic winds. Some gravitational disturbance. After eyeing the system's sun with some suspicion, our scientists named a transient space-time anomaly as the likely culprit, forcing the planet from its natural orbit onto one much too close to the sun. Although the planet is slowly spiraling out towards its original orbit, it's been cooking in the residual heat from the star ever since. Okay. So now, sir, what can you do for me? I'm thinking I would like you to go back surveying, so go to those 4 for me. I could probably get him to do this, but whatever. The construction ship is going nicely. Deus Mechanica has found an anomaly. Yeah, I'll do that when he's ranked up a bit. Rank 2 is a little bit too low for me right now. Contacts is still only the artisan troop, and we don't have the minerals or anything really in order to do anything with them. So I'm going to reinforce my fleet, get a few more ships for Battlefleet Solar. You have claimed... what's it called when you... yeah, it's just a claim, because it's unclaimed system, but then you build it and it's claimed. So you're going to move there in preparation to claim it. And then we'll be able to build, is it 1 or 2? It's going to be 2 mining stations on them. Shulmax, looking decent. Hopefully we'll get some more out of that as well. 5 ships in Battlefleet Solar, and I believe I'm willing to do an admiral here. Later lifespan, weapons range. Let's go with Eisenforce with the weapons range. Welcome to Battlefleet Solar, Captain, or Commander, or Admiral, I guess. One of the two. One of the... whatever. Anyway, so, unfortunately with real space, it means that some systems have more than 1 star. So when you're in the map view trying to build a starbase outpost, see here it says it would cost me 200 minerals. That's because of 2 stars. I only need to do 1 of the stars, so we'll do it like that. If I was to build it from the star view, it would take the 200 minerals from me, if I had them. But then it would refund the 100 as soon as I finished. Why is the Docks Trading Company all the way up here? Seems a little bit strange, if I do say so myself. Alright, so we could either go with science ships to do assist research. I mean, yeah, that would be great, but our science ships have got other plans. So I'm going to go with research alternatives. Pretty soon we will be getting a faction, I believe. Unfortunately, factions kind of suck. I mean, they don't suck, but I just don't like them. There's a bunch of things we need to research there. What I want to do is look at policies and edicts. Close that a second. Something just popped up. 30%. We'll leave that one be for now. Don't know what that one is. Oh, surveyed. Yeah, I don't need to be told about surveyed systems. Thank you very much. You just keep doing what you're doing. Aliens! Aliens! Where are the aliens? In Mayhem. That'd be down south. Delta Menace. Okay. Encounter in Mayhem. We have encountered some form of alien vessel in the Mayhem system. These strange objects have been flagged as Delta Menace until we can learn more about them. Interesting. Alright, so where are they? Ooh. Please leave my science ship alone. Can you escape? I hope you can escape. He escaped. Good. But those aliens are at 713 power. Alright, so instead of that, you're going to do this for me. Seems reasonable. You've still got a job. Oh god, they're following me? Is that the same Menace? It fucking is. Holy shit. I've never seen them, like, follow you before. Go this way. Oh shit, he's caught me again. Well, I ran away again. Let's see what happens. I've never seen them, aliens, follow you like that. That's totally foreign to me. Alright, you build a mining station there, and then I want to build a mining station there. You're still happy. My ship is in the warp somewhere, so he's going to be appearing at Segmentum Solar at some point in the not too distant future, hopefully. And that's size 18 continental world. It has high gravity, but lots of minerals, so I may turn this into a mineral planet, whereas you have no modifiers. Building cost and habitability, that's fine. Minerals are the more important thing. Yeah, that looks like a mineral planet to me. So you're going to be Durolevum Mine, just for future reference. I don't forget what I want from it. Science ship, right. Well, I mean, now that you're over here, you're at skill 3, go research that for me. And you're going to go and do a bunch of these anomalies as well. The High Lord of Terra, Ibram Angevin, has become more experienced, but with this experience has come an increasing stubbornness. The High Lord of Terra has become quite obdurate and is having difficulty accepting new ideas. I think that sucks. Ceramic metal armor is finished, and we will go with powered exoskeletons, the first step on the road to Space Marines. But with that, I will be ending this episode here, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to click the like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and with this being the first episode in a brand new series, those likes and comments, they do help out a hell of a lot. So please, if you don't mind, that would be very much appreciated. But I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.